bit of a shout out to the sponsors, the Industrial Athletic. So here's my first set of the day that I count as a working set, which is a 200 times 3 2 count pause deadlift. You may be able to hear Jono calling the pause for me in the background there. Just decided that today I would do a little bit of a recording, basically walking you through my training. And you can see this one here was at an 8.5 RPE, so a little bit too easy. So the goal was 9 at 9 RPE, so went up by 10 kilos here to 210 kilos. Came through, managed to get that 9 RPE. Tend to lose a little bit of tightness as I get into the third rep. The first two really fly, but I think I just don't quite set up as well on that third rep. So the plan really is to try and focus on the setup every single rep a little bit better. I then dropped, after the set, meant to do 4 to 6% drops on all the work exercises today. So here's a 200, you can see that one there as well as 8.5 RPE, so it meant that I could do another set. Dropped about basically just under 6% here. So first reps nice and easy, last rep a little bit tougher. You can see just straining a little bit more to lock it out, but still below that 9 RPE, still got a couple in the tank there. So this is the second set as my drop, and you can see there ends up being a 9 RPE. First two reps again really smooth, really fast, so I think it is really just a setup thing. If I set up a little bit better, I can get a little bit tighter and just push it through. So coming up here, third rep, you watch, there you go, and really just a little bit harder to lock that out. I don't think I quite got the shoulders back on the last rep. So then we moved on to a 3-board close grip press. You can see my close grip isn't super close, but it's fairly close. Taking down to that 3-board, going for 7s here. Trying to focus on tucking those elbows in as tight as I can. I tend to lose that a little bit as I go through those sets and just lose a little bit of the tightness, so something to focus on. So the goal here again was a 9, this time we were going for 7 reps. Then drop down to 125 for the next few sets. First set, first few reps really easy, really smooth, no dramas at all really on those. RPE was a little bit higher than I thought. Just the last rep was a bit of a grind, you see there. Kind of surprised by that myself. So I went on to another set, decided to leave the weight where it was, 125 kilos again. This time that 8 is getting a little bit easier. One thing on these today was it just doesn't feel like much of a range of motion. It's been a long time since I've done a 3-board press, so the weight was able to stay a little bit higher. I probably would have liked to actually be a bit heavier, but just had to push through it today and try and really get through it. Managed to even get 3 sets here, so the volume today was quite good, which was a positive. Earlier today we'd been doing the last bit of fundraising for the World Champs, which are coming up. We're going to the IPF World Champs. John is my training partner, you can see in the video. So we were doing a bit of fundraising for that earlier today, doing some sausage sizzles, so we were a little bit tired to coming into training, but pretty good in general. I was pretty happy with how I felt after that barbecue. Finish off with a few sets of Pendlay Rows here, basically going for 6s, hadn't done lower than sort of a 10 rep set for a while. Focus here is on form mainly, trying to really focus on using that upper back as much as I can so that it actually can transfer to my deads. Read a post on Facebook the other day which makes a lot of sense to me, and it's basically they said that there's no point doing assistance work if your assistance work is just about the number, because you're trying to train a muscle to work in order to assist you in your other movements, and it's not about an ego. It's not about increasing that number that you're pulling there. So that's the main goal there. Decent session. I've got 8 more sessions left before the World Champs, so wish us luck.